This is not the best.
Okay.
Stand?
What? The stand?
Yeah.
This ghetto stand
is
we
literally
have
college
set up?
student stand.
We are sitting in a college dorm right now.
We're sitting in a probably like 25, not even 25, probably 20 by 15 dorm room.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
It's really small.
Yeah. So we're in a dorm, and we thought to ourselves, hey, we have audio equipment.
Well, one of us has audio
One of us has audio equipment. Let's do a podcast.
And I was like, retweet.
So we're going to give it a shot. All right. So we're thinking this is going to be like a movies podcast.
Movies.
Talking about movies.
Movies. Maybe our political lives. We're not doing politics.
Probably we're going to shy away from politics, most likely, because I feel like that's why we need to do this, to get away from what's happening in the world.
Retweet.
So, we're going to be reviewing movies, talking about movies. I think the normal kind of setup we're going to have is we're going to talk about the news, and then we're going to pick a movie to watch, and then we'll watch it.
And then film right afterwards.
Right after we watch it, we're going to talk about it.
Thoughts and our ideas about the movie.
And our deepest emotions. How the movie makes us feel. But
fun fact, I'm an android and I don't feel.
Yes.
So.
Speaking of androids, Howie, our movie this week is not going to be one that we just watched, but one that we saw about a week ago, called Blade Runner 2049. So we'll get to that after the news.
After the news?
After these brief messages.
Okay.
So what do we have in the news today, Howie?
So this past weekend, this movie called Happy Death Day came out. And for all those people who don't know what that is, it's basically Groundhog Day, like the Bill Murray movie, but a horror movie where she dies
over and over and over. Now I have to say, I saw the trailer for this movie. It looked like complete garbage.
Fair point. Neither Mason nor I.
Neither Mason nor I. You heard it here first.
Have seen Happy Death Day.
Correct.
I have seen a review on it that said, while the movie does look bad, it is better than it looks. And the acting by the lead actress, I don't know her name, is pretty good for what it is. Classic, cash grab horror movie kind of thing.
It got a 6.6 on IMDb.
Which is better than I thought it'd get.
Yes, but
I figured it'd be sitting at a 1.7.
The guy who did it did Disturbia. The director, Christopher Landon.
Like the Shia LaBeouf movie?
Yeah, where he's stuck under house arrest. That's a good movie. I like that movie.
I have not seen that movie.
I thought it's like pretty average, but it's funny. And it's good. It's a little good.
Well,
and he also wrote Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
That was not a good movie. I have seen that movie. That is not good. So over this past weekend, it made $26.4 million,
which is decent.
Which is decent, looking at its budget. The budget was like $4 and some change, so it basically quadrupled its budget.
That's pretty good.
On its opening weekend, it's really good.
And it came out. Well, okay, so right now it's October. Today it's the 15th of October.
Wow. And
it came out on Friday, October 13th. So Friday the 13th. October, people are in the mood for Halloween movies.
I know.
It makes sense that it did reasonably well.
Yes. And so like its competition this weekend was Blade Runner 2049.
Yep. Which
is a great movie.
A+ movie.
We'll get on to that later.
Get to that.
And then The Foreigner with Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan.
How was that?
That only made $12 million.
12.8.
12.8 million. But it has an A- on like on the news source which I use, which is Cinema. What the? What did I write?
IMDb gave it a 7.4.
Okay. Yeah. So apparently, I also saw a review on that from the YouTuber Jeremy Johns. Mm-hmm. Check him out. He's a good dude. He said there's a lot less Jackie Chan in the movie than you like.
Oh.
Yeah, but Jackie Chan apparently is phenomenal in that movie, like acting wise.
Oh, okay. I heard somewhere he's like the #1 highest paid actor in all of Hollywood or something.
I bet, yeah.
Which was surprising to me at first, but then I kind of thought about it. I was like, I could kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. So Martin Campbell directed it, The Foreigner.
Okay.
Who is famous for Casino Royale, the Daniel Craig one, which I can get behind.
There's only one Casino Royale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... No, there's older one. There's an older one. I'm pretty sure there's an older one. I'll get to that in a second. But he also did the disgusting Green Lantern movie.
Yikes.
With Ryan Reynolds.
I've seen that movie. I don't like it. Blake Lively's in that movie, which makes it better than it is.
A little. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, we can get back to that.
Anyway, so up and coming this week, Friday, 5 movies come out. Medea 2, the Medea Halloween, the second one of that. The Snowman, which you said doesn't look...
I saw a review that said it wasn't great.
Mm-hmm. So, and then Only the Brave, which is Miles Teller, Josh Brolin, and Jeff Bridges.
It had a great cast.
It's about forest firefighters.
I had barely heard of this movie
in California.
Yeah,
which it looks good.
I haven't seen the trailer actually. Even.
I've seen the trailer. It's not a remarkable trailer.
I'm looking at a picture of Josh Brolin in the movie.
Well, I mean,
and he looks like he's got these like almost Harry Potter glasses, and he looks really dirty. He just does not look at all like Josh Brolin.
You mean sexy?
I do mean sexy.
Okay. Geostorm also comes out.
Oh my! Here we go. Here is a movie where we have given up on all forms of logic and decided, hey, what if we could control the weather?
I just want to know why Andy Garcia is in the movie.
I want to know how this movie got past the writing stage.
Retweet.
The special effects in the commercials alone look disgusting. There's one scene where 5 tornadoes come down from the sky within 3 seconds, and it just looks like it was done in like 2008.
Before 2012?
Yeah, before the 2012 movie. Before that movie.
When did that come out?
2009, I think?
I think 2009. Okay, and then also...
Yep, 2009.
The movie, it's a quote-unquote inspirational drama, same kind as Different as Me.
Wow.
I don't know what that's about.
Who said that?
Cinema Blend.
Wow. Sounds like a hoot.
Okay, and that's all kind of box office things we have for this week.
Okay.
My next story is about my boy Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
DDL?
Yeah. So this up-and-coming movie is called Phantom Thread, directed by Paul Anderson. Do you know who that is?
What did he do again?
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yes.
So the pair, I'm really excited for it.
We've got a recipe for a good flick.
But it's really sad, though, because this is Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie.
What?
Before he retires, yes.
He's retiring?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he better do a good job in this last movie.
I think he's earned it, to be honest.
I mean, I am never against Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay. So, do you want me to read the synopsis for you?
I would love you to. What's the movie called again?
Phantom Thread.
The Phantom Thread.
Mm-hmm. So, apparently, this movie, quote-unquote, illuminates the life behind the curtain of an uncompromising dressmaker commissioned by royalty and high society. End quote.
That doesn't sound terribly exciting.
No, it doesn't. So apparently, it's set in the 1950s in London.
Okay.
He plays a tailor, I think.
Sounds like
There's really not much known about it. But I mean, it's Paul Anderson and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
So it sounds promising.
Hey, we're still gonna see it.
It's released Christmas of this year.
Oh, this year?
This year.
Wow.
2017. And, well, I mean, literally that's all we know about it.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Has there even been a trailer for it yet?
No.
That's surprising. Okay.
Well, there might have been a trailer. I don't know.
I had not heard of
this movie. I literally, when I googled interesting movie news, by the way.
That's how prepared we are.
Yes. And this was one of the articles on the website, which is Cinema Blend.
Cinema Blend. The unofficial sponsor of Yelling at Movies.
Yes.
Also, IMDb, because I have been looking at IMDb for every single thing you've told me about in the past 10 minutes.
Can you double check that it's getting released this year?
I will double check that.
Because I don't know about that.
Yeah, I would be shocked if it was this year, since there's been like nothing about it. Hold on. Phantom Thread is in post-production, set for a release in 2017. There you go. Yeah.
As we said, it's October 15th.
Uh-oh. It's dropping in popularity on the viewed on IMDb.
What, Phantom Thread?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's bad.
It's supposed to be in, Christmas Day. December 25th. I almost said January 25th. That's not right.
That's...
You want some Daniel Day-Lewis trivia?
Sure.
So, Gangs of New York, 2002.
Classic.
I've actually only seen half the movie, and it's killing me. I need to. They have it on Netflix right now. I'm going to finish it soon. Anyways, Daniel Day-Lewis played the butcher. Bill the Butcher. And in order to get angry and in the self-righteous frame of mind, as he puts it, for shooting Gangs of New York, he listened to Eminem on set, just like
Nothing
on repeat
pisses
or
you
something.
off like some
man.
Slim Shady.
That-
Some 2002 Slim Shady.
That's so great. Oh,
Let's see, what, 2002?
Man, that seems like a long time ago.
We were 3.
I don't remember it.
Yes. Got some more trivia?
No.
No, no more trivia?
Wait, no, I do. Ready?
No.
This is gonna blow your mind.
Oh, I don't want my mind to be blown.
Daniel Day-Lewis has dual citizenship between... Here, you guess. What are the two places he has?
Well,
dual
obviously the
citizenship?
United States.
Okay.
I'm going to say Transylvania.
Okay, neither of those are right.
What?
Yeah. United Kingdom,
Okay.
Ireland.
Okay. Isn't he British?
I guess. He's either British or Irish.
He's British. Or he ruled over us at one period of time.
That's true.
But yeah.
And he's also a supporter of the Millwall Football Club.
That's a soccer club, I think.
I think so.
I'm not that familiar with overseas soccer.
The important thing is he's a supporter of it, though.
Yeah,
he's not anti-Millwall.
He's not a hater.
Okay.
He played Lincoln. He can't be a hater.
He can't be a hater.
Well,
Man,
that's
country.
wrong. That's wrong. But yeah.
All right. Blade Runner 2049. You ready to talk about it?
I mean, when am I not ready to talk about it?
Honestly, we saw this movie. Okay, let's back up. We went and saw this movie with some friends. And we saw it at Dolby, in a Dolby theater, which has like really good audio and a pretty big screen. Not IMAX screen, but it's pretty close. And it was great. The only problem was we walked into the theater and we walk up to the door to like the specific theater that it's showing. And there's a sign on the door that says like, "Our apologies, the air conditioning unit in this theater is currently not working. We're sorry for the inconvenience."
Mind you, that so it's like it's in Baltimore, Maryland kind of area. Columbia, Maryland, which is like south of Baltimore, and it is about 80 degrees that day.
It wasn't that cold. It wasn't that hot.
Sure.
Yeah, because we were driving over and our friend had the AC turned up to 80, and we're like, "Can we put the windows down? It's colder outside."
Yes. So it was, what, 75?
It was a cooler day. Yeah, 70, so 70.
It was still warm.
Yeah.
It was still, the room was really hot.
We walked into the theater. It was probably legitimately 85 degrees in there.
Yes, and we're all in like hoodies.
And we definitely took all of our hoodies off because it was so hot. It was also a very late showing.
Oh, is that, so Blade Runner 2049 is 2 hours and 50 minutes?
Runtime, 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Approximately 2 hours and 50 minutes. And it was an 11 o'clock showing, so we didn't get out of the movie until like 2.
It was like 2, and then we have a half-hour drive back to our college.
Yes. But, I mean, A-plus movie. It was worth every bit of pain we suffered through.
It was so great. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about... Actually, hold on. Let's give a brief description of it if somebody doesn't necessarily know. Okay, so the synopsis is written on IMDb as a young Blade Runner's discovery of a long-buried secret leads him to track down former Blade Runner Rick Deckard, who's been missing for 30 years. Okay, so the original Blade Runner, which was just called Blade Runner, came out in 1982, and it took place in 2019.
2019.
And this one obviously takes place in 2049. So it's 35 years in current real time, but it's 30 years later in the movie.
Mm-hmm. And can we say funny. The original Blade Runner by Ridley Scott, amazing,
phenomenal,
visionary movie, such a
so
classic.
ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's ahead of its time.
Phenomenal.
Wonderful.
Definitely check both of them out.
And
but watch
I would
the original
say
first.
that this movie is an excellent sequel to that movie. It takes place in the same world, and you can tell it's the same world.
But it does have that difference, and you feel that slight difference of the progress of 30 years, but it doesn't feel like it was overdone or underdone. It still paid respect to the old movie, and I thought it did a great job of that.
Yeah, it's like the national progression of that world that Ridley Scott built.
Exactly.
And there's still the classic, sponsorships, Pan Am's in here.
Atari was in there real quick.
RIP for Atari.
Yeah, can we get a rip?
And also, what else?
There was some other stuff.
There's some Coke stuff, but Coke is doing well.
Coke is still thriving. Okay, so...
also, the cocaine business is still thriving, if you guys want to get into it.
Yes, in the movie. Yes, there's a lot of drugs. Okay, so I've talked to a couple people about this movie that have seen it, and the one beef that I've talked to... Everybody who I've talked to about it, they've all said that the movie is too long. Now, it had, like we said, 2-hour, 44-minute runtime.
I felt like it should have been longer, to be perfectly honest. I was, captivated.
I was fully captivated. I thought it was definitely a slow-paced film. But it's not necessarily bad.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn, but it was so good. I thought it was consistent throughout the entire movie. It's a long movie. It's a commitment to watch all of it in one sitting. But I did feel it was totally worth it, and I personally didn't feel like it was too long. The extended shots that the director, so he's a French director. I can't say his name properly, but it's like Denis Villeneuve or something along that. I'm so sorry,
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
We're just gonna call him Denny because he's our boy.
Yes, our boy Denny. We're just gonna call him Denny. His style of film. He's done other movies. Prisoners, Sicario. He just had one called Arrival with Amy Adams very recently, last year, I think. And so it was.
Didn't that win Best Picture?
No, it was. I think it was nominated for Best Picture, but what was it that won? It was La La Land that won, and then Moonlight. Yeah, the whole Oscar fiasco. Hopefully they'll get that better.
Who did that? Was that Steve Harvey again?
No, that was Steve Harvey was Miss America.
I know. Or no, Miss Universe.
Or something like that. Yeah. It was so funny. Okay, so
it would have been funnier if Steve Harvey was
Steve Harvey was the guy that announced it.
He's like, not again. He's like, oh Lord.
Classic.
But yeah, I have seen Sicario and Arrival, and I feel like they're both fantastic works of art and everything. And you've seen Prisoners, correct?
I've seen most of Denny's films, actually. He has,
update,
7?
Mason has a crush on Denny?
I do have a crush on Denny. He has I think it was a French film, Incendie or something, I think it's called. Yeah. It came out in 2010, and it's not in English, but it's, really good, and the twists in it are crazy. It always keeps you guessing. But anyways, what we're getting to say is, all of his films are very slow-paced, and he does that on purpose. We watched this really cool YouTube video that talked about his styles of how he films and how he shoots, and it was very good. It's
YouTube channel Screen Prism, I think.
I think so.
I found it in class one day because I was bored.
Got him.
I wasn't in class. I was waiting for my class to start, but it was a very good film from a very good YouTube channel, Screen Prism. If you like Game of Thrones, they have a series on those. Check them out. They're great. So we're not sponsored. We're trying to be, though.
Trying to be sponsored.
Pay us.
Yep.
We're broke.
We're in college. Yeah, so I just thought he did a great job. Okay, let's talk about the cinematography in it. It's just one of the most beautiful movies I have ever seen.
Yes.
Very.
I would honestly say this film is gorgeous.
It is, each shot in itself is a work of art.
the shot that obviously might come to your mind or something is the desert, which is in the trailer. But honestly,
and
I think
it's very orange.
That shot. So the movie uses a lot of blue and orange lighting. It's very evident throughout the movie, which the original did also.
They did. They copied that from the original. They did a great job of that.
Yeah, but one of my favorite shots is it's like a blue one. He's in the middle of the. If you see the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. He's in the middle of the rain. It's towards the end, and he's just walking, and then he sees this like kind of like ad kind of thing.
It's like a holographic
hologram.
Or a holograph.
Yeah, but it's very like very stylized, and that's one of my favorite shots of the movie because it's just Ryan Gosling by himself, and there's no dialogue, but there's a little dialogue, but there's no like actual dialogue, and you just like it's such a good shot and such a the scene is so powerful if you think about it in the context.
So some not no spoilers context. Something's happened to Ryan Gosling's character. His name's Officer K.
Officer K. Agent K is
an
Men
officer.
in Black.
Yeah, this is not Men in Black. Officer K. He's been through a lot of events. It's towards the end of the movie, and like it's just challenged who he understands who he is.
Okay, can we talk about Ryan Gosling in that movie, Officer K?
Oh my gosh,
goes through a journey.
He goes
both
through
physical,
emotional roller coaster. It is so many ups and downs.
Yeah, and this movie really makes you think of like the first one was like, well, what does it mean to be alive? And this one takes it to an even further level.
This one, it's almost more like, what does it mean to even be human?
Yeah.
Like, the first one is definitely what it's like to be alive, but this one, it's like totally different. Like, can you be alive and not be human? Or like, how does that work? It's crazy. So, off of what you were saying about Ryan Gosling.
You mean the perfect person?
The perfect person. When the director, Denis Villeneuve, when he was coming up with it, his only choice was Ryan Gosling. The character, Officer K, was written specifically with Ryan Gosling in mind. That's from IMDb's trivia section. It was so perfect. He has I would say he's Oscar material for Best Actor, hands down. I could definitely see that.
I can see him winning it.
This movie is going to get a lot of Oscar nominations, I believe. Definitely, like cinematography, directing, writing. Who was it? I think
I want to know how long this manuscript is.
Oh my gosh,
it's probably
so it's like one page is typically like 1 minute of screen time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
In like a amateur film. So like with the descriptions they must have had for this movie with all those shots.
It's probably at least 1,000 pages?
It's got to be crazy. I have no idea.
I just imagine myself writing a 1,000-page essay.
I can't even.
And I can't. Yeah.
Okay. So some trivia about the movie. The character played by
Robin Wright.
What is his name? Why can't I remember his name?
Harrison Ford.
No, the guy with the eyes.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Jared Leto's character. He's kind of like the owner of the company that's like making the androids.
Yeah, his character's name is Wallace.
Wallace. Super creepy. Really weird dude.
Really good performance.
It's Jared Leto.
He's kind of this isn't really a spoiler, but he's trying to like create the next level of replicants, and so he's got like a kind of like God complex. He calls all his servants angels.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even consider that.
And he's like, God complex. I'm like, yeah, and he's trying to perfect like the replicants throughout the movie, and it's kind of like a goose hunt, like goose egg hunt. Goose egg is an Easter egg hunt.
Wild goose chase?
Yes.
Something along those lines. So, when they were writing it and while they were doing casting and stuff, the original actor that was going to play Wallace was going to be David Bowie.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
I did mention it to you. Yeah, but, like, he died right before they started filming. And, I mean, like...
First off, R.I.P. David Bowie.
Let's pay our respects. What an amazing person. From, all the music he did, but also he was in movies like The Prestige. Did you see that movie?
I've seen the movie. I
Yeah.
didn't know he was in it.
He was Tesla. He played the scientist. Yeah,
Really?
you're gonna have to go rewatch it, and it's him,
Mhm.
and he does a phenomenal performance.
He's
in that
also
movie.
in Labyrinth,
Yes, of course, Labyrinth.
the classic.
Classic.
That's the only acting role I know David Bowie was in.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually seen that movie.
Labyrinth?
I really need to watch it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a fun movie. Like
I've seen like bits and pieces.
If we sit
It's
down
really
with
good.
friends, we'll have a great time.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then Jared Leto, I knocked it out the park.
he did a great job.
To be honest, the last performance I've seen Jared Leto was the Suicide Squad Joker,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not a big fan of it.
That
I
movie
felt like
looked
he
so
overacted.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was atrocious.
I didn't watch it because I thought it looked really bad.
But I felt so I heard stories about how he's like such a method actor. How he sent used condoms to every one of the every cast member. Yeah, he sent used condoms to cast members
Of what? For which movie?
for Suicide Squad. All
Oh, not Dallas Buyers Club?
No. And also he like sent Margot Robbie like a dead rat or
I
something.
did hear about that one.
And
That's
it's just
weird.
like he was in the movie for like 3 minutes tops, and it was like apparently they cut out a lot of his scenes, and he was not too happy about it.
It's probably because he like way overacted. Maybe.
Yeah, he was going ham.
I mean,
with the crazy.
but like you gotta.
And
okay.
I felt that like Wallace was like a more like refined crazy. Like you could tell he had like a god complex, and like he was very like arrogant and like full of himself. But like, and he was psychotic because like he's like, oh, I'm the best kind of thing. And also in the movie, he has like these like robot like prosthesis. Is that a word?
Yeah, it's so basically he has this thing that like can connect like little drones that are flying around with like cameras on them, and like
it can like extend his eyesight.
Yeah, like there's something
Which
weird
I thought
with his
was really
eyes.
cool. His eyes look like lead.
They're like ghosted out.
Yeah, like at first I thought he was blind because like it wasn't a good like you couldn't see him very well. But then there was like a shot in the light where his eyes were just gray. Like there's no pupils. It's all gray and they're huge.
Well, I think that might be part of it. I think what they were going for is he's had this surgery so that he can see through these drones.
But he
can't
blind.
see, I don't think, because there was never a real time where you saw him like just using his sight in the movie.
I think
that I can remember.
So there's like a part of the movie, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, where he talks to this person alone and he doesn't use the drones till like halfway into the conversation. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember him having to do
necessarily,
anything that would require sight for that.
You don't need to see in that room because the room where the scene is in is very dark in general. So like
right.
I don't even think you could see if you had normal eyesight.
Okay.
But back to like other topics. Jared Leto in this movie was great. His sidekick kind of thing, his like underling.
Yeah.
Her name was Love, I think, in the movie.
Let me look.
Yeah. Either
Love,
way.
LUV.
Yeah, LUV.
Love.
Basic way of saying love.
He was texting when he named her. He's like, love. LUV.
Love you. And there's another replicant named You.
You, it's just the letter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every one of his texts becomes a replicant.
He's got another replicant that's named BRB and LOL.
And
he's a
the
freak.
one that LOLs just laughs. Like, it doesn't know English.
Like,
it just laughs.
This one totally...
Sorry, that was really loud.
Okay, so I want to talk about something that I kind of saw before the movie, but like okay, so Howie and I like to stay away from trailers like towards the very close of
me
the,
more
right?
than him.
Yes, that's true.
If I know I'm gonna go see a movie, I don't watch a single trailer. I have not seen a Star Wars: The Last Jedi trailer yet.
Wow, any of them?
No,
none of them.
And I'm still like
Wow.
I'm dead set of not seeing any.
Hey, more power to you, man. I've seen some of them and it looks pretty good. It'll be interesting.
I've seen the poster, which is all over Instagram, which is not cool, by the way. I gotta just stay away from
You're
social
gonna have
media.
to turn off social media the week of the movie. Okay, so wrapping up here, I think the last thing that I saw was right before the movie came out. I saw on IMDb they released like these 10-minute videos or something. I think it's on IMDb about Blade Runner, but I wasn't quite sure what it was, and I didn't really want to watch it just in case it had spoilers. So I didn't check it out, but I looked at it afterwards, and it's 3 short films.
Oh.
They're about 10 minutes long each, and it links the events between 2019 and 2049 in the Blade Runner world. So the first one is called Blade Runner Blackout 2022. The second one is 2036, Nexus Dawn, and the fourth one is 2048, Nowhere to Run. And so, like, I think the first one that takes place in 2022 is animated, and then the second one, 2036, has Jared Leto in it.
Okay.
And then the third one has Dave, what's his last name? Bautista?
Dave Bautista?
Dave Bautista in it. And he was in it at the very beginning of the movie. His character,
he was great.
He was really good.
He messed Ryan Gosling up.
That first scene was brutal.
Yes.
Amazing intro.
Yeah.
Just like all
throws you in the middle of
You're
everything.
like, oh, yep, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Blade Runner, and like it tells you.
Dave Bautista?
No.
No.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
Ryan Gosling's a Blade Hunter. Dave Bautista's a replicant.
Right.
You know, he's just doing his job. But
it throws you right into it.
Yeah, it's a excellent opening.
It's great. All right. So, let's end this off with a rating. Out of 10, what would you give it?
9.9.
Yeah. I was thinking right about 9.5. There's... I mean, like... looking back, I can't really think of anything I didn't like about it.
I can't... I don't see any complaints. I know people say it's, like, really long, which I can get... For
I
like
totally understand where they're coming from.
Because
yeah.
it's a journey. Mm-hmm. Like,
It takes you out of reality. Mm-hmm. It really does.
It takes you on a journey with it.
Yeah.
And you just like I can get because we took our friend with it and he did not understand any of it. He said, "Oh, I've seen the movie. I've seen the first one before." Did not understand a single bit of it.
We had to explain the entire movie to him on the ride back.
Yeah, so we watched a 3-hour-long movie, and then
2 seconds after it ends, the credits come up, and he says to me, "Mason, that was a great movie, but I am so confused right now." And we're like, "What? How are you so confused for 3 entire hours?"
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
And then we spent 30 minutes explaining the entire plot to him.
Right after he saw it. It was so great.
But yeah, even so, like, basically, you don't even need to understand what's going on to like the movie. Because it's that gorgeous, and it's, like, that creative, you know?
It's so great. Oh, man, we didn't even talk about the dream former, or, like, the memory forger.
Oh.
The memory forger. That whole part. Off the charts. Loved every second of it.
Yeah,
it's
oh my god. The visuals are a 20 out of 10.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, so I have a question for you to wrap this up.
Yes.
So in the next 30 years, do you think there's going to be 8 versions of this movie?
8 versions of it?
Mm-hmm. You know, like a final cut.
Oh, like, yeah, okay, so with the original one, they had the final cut came out in like 2003 or something?
2007.
2007. Mm-hmm.
So it came out
very recently.
What, 25
10 years ago.
25 years after the original came out.
25 years after the original movie.
And there was, 4 versions of the movie that came out?
I think it was at least 3.
At least 3, yeah.
I think they had theatrical, directors, and then the final cut.
Well, I think that this one is its own final cut. I think this is all of it, concise, very, like, great movie overall.
Yeah. I don't know what else they could have added.
I feel like if you add anything, it's going to just tarnish. Like, there's a point of marginal returns.
Yep.
And we're at the peak for this movie. Okay, well, this is our first episode.
Yeah, this is...
If we're bad, let us know what we can improve on,
please. Leave a comment. We're on SoundCloud. We'll be on Twitter soon, hopefully. And then if this goes well, 3 weeks from now, we're going to be full-time podcasters.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
We'll drop out.
That'll be the day. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.